Mayong aga sa inyong tanan.
Mayong aga.
Mayong aga sa inyong tanan. Kaya madamang din na salamat sa inyong pagtambong sa Cinema Press Con. I would just like to say a few words to put us in context nga nagpatawag sa press con and what it is all about. Of course, you know that this is the forum that we are seeking in order to invite everyone. Tanan hindi lang matulog sa simbahan, kundi tanan ng mga ato ni Sika Pilipino sa pag-upod sa gina-organize na 3 trillion peso March this coming Sunday. This is actually the second part of the 3 trillion peso March that was done last 21 September. But it's the same purpose why we are continuing this march. It is in order to sustain the advocacy of asking the government and all those responsible for the great plunder that has taken place, that has the great scandal of this corruption in connection with the flood control projects. It's beyond imagination. It reached more than 1 trillion pesos, all money of the people that was run from the people. The projects either did not realize or the projects were so substandard that they impoverish the people, and the consequences are such that amo na ang ato na batyagan hasta subong. It brought about loss of lives and properties. Kaya mga projects wa ay napatingali. And as the investigation has established, 60% of all that money just went to the pockets of those that are in this project, leaving 40% to all these anomalous projects that are so substandard or even ghost. So, dako ang akit sa katawid, and I think it is justified because they have been wrong. And we, as church and as members of the society and different organizations that have come together to organize this 3 trillion peso march. We are with our people in their indignation. We demand justice, that the stolen wealth of the people be returned, that those who are responsible for this plunder be made accountable and face the consequences of their greed. So amo ni ang katuyuan. At the same time, amon man ginaklaro sa sininga march, sa sininga journey we are taking together, that we do it in a peaceful way. Always, this is a non-negotiable requirement of our activity, that it is done peacefully, that we abide by the rule of law, that we follow the constitutions, because we know, you all know very well, that there are forces, there are groups that are exploiting this great crisis, and they sow division and confusion because they have their own agenda, whether ideological or political. So, patigayon man, I know that there have been several meetings that have been done i-secure din nga ini peaceful kung may mga arada ng mga tingog kag attempts at sedition or unconstitutional ways in we do not allow, we do not tolerate. That is why among the things, for instance, we ask those that will participate in this, that they wear something white, just to show that we are for the purification, not only of government, but of society. And that this is non-partisan, colorless. So, this is of the people. So, amo na ang ginaano. We are not for any party or for any group. We are for democracy. We are for freedom. That this democracy that we have gained from our mga ninunod natin sa panahon sa mga colonizers, Katsila, Amerikano. Thank God we were able to gain this freedom. For a while, this was also lost during the 14 years of martial law. And thanks be to God, we were able to regain this. Kapay pa nga indigid ini natin bunaon. And these forces that are sowing this confusion and division, they are destroying this. Our democracy is not perfect. Maybe it's still weak, but it's alive. And all these concerns of ours can be resolved, can be faced. All the whole system is there, papakuron lang natin. And precisely that's the reason why we are into this movement. So, we don't want that there will be anarchy. That's the worst thing that can happen. So, amo ni ang ginapangayo man natin sa atong participants sa march na let's secure the purity of this intention and of our group. And then finally, of course, we ask and to move on for reforms. I'm glad that already in the Congress they are already long overdue starting to work on the legislation of this anti-dynasty law and so forth. So may paglaon. Biligan natin, papakulan natin ang ating demokrasya. And I'm glad also that even these investigations are taking progress. So, and this is the spirit we would like to take with us as we do this work. And finally, of course, pwede ko kinahanggal ini. Ang change hindi lang dapat sa ating mga leaders para sa gobyerno. Ang change dapat para sa ating tanan. Because the corruption is not only in those that hold authority and power. The corruption is endemic. Kita mismo. Sino man nagbutan sa ilan na? Kita mo niya. And then, tanawang atong mga ginawi man in business, kita man, naga-shortcut. And so, really, panawagan ini sa tanan, nga, yes, let us fight corruption. And from top to bottom. And this needs all of us to enter into this change, which in our language in the church, it's conversion. So, amo lang na, last Sunday we celebrated the feast of Christ the King. Amo na handle nato nga kabay pa ang ginarian ni Kristo amo ang maghari sa aton. The kingdom of truth, the kingdom of justice, the kingdom of life, the kingdom of peace. Kag ina magasugod sa kada isa sa aton. Because the kingdom of God starts in each of us. The kingdom of God is within you. Panglaban ni Jesus. So, thank you and I hope that you heed to this palawagan natin for the good of our people.
Thank you, Bishop. May we hear from Bishop Virgilio Buson? Virgilio Amihan, sorry. Of Iglesia Filipina Independiente, representing One Ecumenical Negros. Bishop? Thank you. I am Bishop Amihan. Bishop Virgilio Amihan. Yeah.
Back then, when the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords has been crowned on the cross by terms and not of doors, nagpadumdum siya sa aton in the Gospel of Luke that when the Pharisees approaches him and the Sadducees to silence his apostles who were shouting that time against sa pagpamigos sa mga katauhan, he said that if we will silence these disciples, the stone were crying. Singing panahon, ang stone is already crying out because we are the stones. Hindi man natin maligdan o matago, people as of this time are really full with hatred. Akit ang mga katauhan. And with that hatred, nagakuha ang mga panawagan sa aton pagbagko. In fact, the good bishop just said, these changes is for all of us. Hindi lang para sa ila nga nagapungko na dira, but para man sa aton nga nanging instrumento agod nga magpungko na sila dira pag magapangawan. So with that cry of the people, the church in Negros, through the One Negros Ecumenical Council, made a call through this statement. Statement entitled On Bureaucratic Corruption and the Call for Genuine Social Transformation. We, the pastors, priests, bishops, religious, church workers, and people of the One Negros Ecumenical Council, under the Catholic Church, the Protestant, Evangelicals, Iglesia Filipina Independiente, United Church of Christ in the Philippines, Baptists, Methodists, and Pentecostals, have heard the cry of our people. Across sugarcane, forests, urban poor colonies, fishing barangays, and hinterland cities, one lament rises. Bureaucratic capitalism or bureaucratic corruption is a daily crucifixion that mocks the empty stomachs of the poor and the empty promises of the powerful. Corruption is not a petty crime. It is a systemic plunder. Every piso pocketed by dynasties through rigged public biddings, fake NGOs, bloated fertilizer funds, and ghost disaster relief is a peso stolen from land reform, from decent wages, from hospital beds, from classrooms, from every future of our children. Same clique that monopolizes political policies, offices, hoards the lands, the ports, the power plants, and the water district, turning public office into a private business and the people into mere vote banks. This is the triadic monster, the expression of imperialism, feudalism, and bureaucrat capitalism that Bonifacio fought in 1896 and that still strangles Negros today. Therefore, the 1C declares in one prophetic voice, enough! The church must be more than a chaplain of status quo. It must be the conscience of the nation. Like the prophets of the old, who overturned the tables of money changers in the temple. We are summoned to expose the tables where dynasties count their blood monies. Our pulpit must become classroom of people's history, teaching that every hunger is man-made. Every land grab is a sin against the Creator who gave land for all. And every bribe taken is a nail that continue to crucify the common good. We shall denounce, name names, and call for accountability, not after the elections, but now, when the people are still bleeding. On this 30th of November, during Bonifacio Day, the people of Negros will rise as one, from Escalante to Sipalay, from Canlaon to Kawayan, farm workers already scarred by militarizations, urban poor mothers who skip meals just to feed their children, fisher folk whose necks are shredded by commercial vessels, youth whose classrooms are computer shops, church volunteers who run feeding programs because of the state has defaulted on its duty, and will march, light candles, beat pots and pans, and declare a people's tribunal against bureaucratic corruption. We will gather at the Capitol Lagoon and Sacred Heart Seminary on the noon of November 30th and march against bureaucratic and widespread corruption in our system of governance. We invite every diocese, every parish, every basic ecclesial community, every Bible study groups, every church choir, and every seminarian to join this collective social bureaucratic exorcism. Bring the very core of our faith, bring the hymns of freedom, bring the unemployed youth, bring the elderly who survived the Escalante massacre 40 years ago and still seeking for justice. Let the bells of every church toll at 8 a.m. for 15 minutes to signal that the house of God stands with the people. To those in power, we pretend piety while pocketing the people's wealth. The God we worship hears the groans of the priest. The stone that was rejected by the builders, our Christ, represented by his people, shall become the cornerstone of all nations. Bonifacio's revolution was not defeated. It is unfinished, and we will continue. This November 30, we shall continue it with not Bolus alone, but with organized communities. With the ballot, with the megaphones, with the Bible and the flag, until the corrupt are cast into the historical dustbin, and the people of Negros will finally taste the sweetness of justice. The ones he cried, tama na, sobra na, lahat ng sangkot dapat managot.
Thank you, Bishop Pamina. Now we'll be hear from former Governor Tito Pascual, representing Tama Na Abroad Alliance Coalition in Negros Occidental.
Salamat Gid Raymond. Salamat man sa atong mga katapos sa media sa inyong pagtambong sa subong aga. Of course, kapasalamat kita kay Bishop Patricio Buson for joining us, kay Bishop Berilio Amihan, who represents the 1C or the One Negros Ecumenical Council. Ako naman niya, representing civil society, paagi sa sining pagtipon sa idalong sang tama na. Taong bayan ayaw sa magnanakaw at sa abusado. Isa ini ka malapad nga panawagan bilog nga Pilipinas kag we hope nga ini siya sugod pa lang, no? And we keep reminding ourselves that our voices raised through public rallies cannot end with just the rallies. Kinahanglan padayunon gid until we see true justice through accountability. Allow me now to read the unity statement of Tama na Negros and its partners kaupod sang Diocese sang Bacolod. November 27, 2025, the People's Call, Accountability and Genuine Transformation. Bureaucratic corruption has long plagued our system of governance and robbed our people of vital social services necessary for a healthy and happy life of all Filipinos. The poor and powerless, those whom our faith compels us to serve, bear the brunt of this systemic ill, while those in power further swell in wealth and in might. Corrupt bureaucrats and public officials have lost all sense of propriety and conscience. They have engineered systemic corruption and constructed budgets that prioritize personal gain over the people's welfare. They now operate out in the open without shame or remorse. While people wallow in poverty and suffer from the misgovernance that these officials have inflicted on our nation, they flaunt their power and unexplained wealth. And in spite of the many ghost and failed projects and so much money misused, wasted, or flaunted in profligate spending, high-profile investigations have yet to result in convictions and incarceration of those responsible. It is with this concern that we, representing different sectors, churches, and civil society organizations, look upon the desperate state of our nation and our people and declare our great abhorrence of the massive corruption that has engulfed our system of governance. United, we call for thorough and impartial investigations into corruption-laden public works and government projects, as well as scandalous abuse of public funds. Thorough because we seek to resolve the very roots of the systemic ill and expose the extent to which it has siphoned resources from vital social services and into the pockets of the corrupt. After these investigations, we call on government to swiftly let the hammer of justice fall upon responsible officials and their cohorts so that they are held to account. It is not enough that we lay bare the anomalies. The law must take its course so that we rid our nation and our government of the crooked ways of old. Finally, we call on the Filipino people to unite and march with us this Sunday, Bonifacio Day, to begin the process of genuine transformation. We firmly ground ourselves in the assertion that needed reforms must begin with our collective voices, which, when amplified, will flood our corrupt system with a loud call for genuine systemic change. Let us therefore unite in faith and in hope for a brighter and liberating future for our nation, and a future where corruption no longer prospers and where people enjoy the fruits of honest labor as our Almighty Father intended for us. Our call, tama na, sobra na, lahat ng sangkot dapat managot. Signed by Bishop Buzon, Bishop Amihan, and myself.
Ako na mag-isa naman ito. So, makatulad na katulong sa open forum, ang isa ng guro ka naman natin. So, every media partner, pwede ko mo kabuisin sa question, then another follow-up. As na matapos siya, then ibalik na natin karoon ako na pa mga clarification. Okay? Okay, so sino muna throw the questions? Albert? O RMN?
Siguro reaction lang from the panel. Ang atong panawagan lahat ng sangkot dapat managot. But it seems nga ang ICI is silent regarding the exposés through videos of Congressman Sandico. What is another stand? And during our rallies, i-sanitize na ito, i-control na ito ng placards. Ano pwede, kung hindi pwede. Yung dalawa. Thank you.
Thank you, Albert. Anybody, Bert? Anybody.
Okay, unahan ko, no? Una sa tanan, ginambal na. Wala siyang pili. Kung sino ang dapat managot, dapat sukton. No? Unfortunately, we see the wheels of justice paagi sa ICI, sa mga congressional investigations. Kaya daw, masyado kahinay or kung kaya sa ginahambal pa nga daw may ginapili lang. No? Ang panawagan sa public, sa civil society, together with the churches, is tanan nga responsable dapat masabat. No? Kag kung pwede madasig nga proseso, kag mapriso kung sino man ang angay prisuhon. No? So let us be clear about that. Bisan wala kita nagamit lang sa specific name sa karon because we know this is subject to due process and rule of law. We are saying no exceptions. Okay? Kung sino ang responsable, dapat masabat sa iya obra nga sala. Okay? Now, we also recognize that may mga kaupod kita nga luyag panawagan everything, no? From resign Marcos and Sara, ibagsak ang gobyerno, ipadayon ang ang martial law even, no? Or revolution. I think masyado kaatag ang inambal sa atong obispo kanina, no? We are calling for due respect for the Constitution. We know it is going to be very difficult, but without our voices speaking out, sige lang na sila pag-gusto. That is why nagapanawagan kami. Maupod ang tanan sa private sector, civil society, sa atong mga simbahan, mga people's organizations, civil society organizations, kag tanan na sektor. We have to make clear, hindi na dapat magpadayon ang corruption. No? So that's why panawagan kita. And this applies to all those who are guilty. Tama na, sobra na. Lahat ng sangkot dapat managot.
Yeah, just to reinforce what Governor Lito just said. As I said in the opening message, our system, our present system of democracy is not perfect. Maybe it's even weak, still very weak, and hindi gihaptong pa because so many things. Anyway, it's not a place for it. And that's precisely why we want to have this movement sustained, because we want to save this very much valued freedom. Ara, now the ICI, and then all these venues for accountability are in place. So not only we try to help preserve them and sustain the movement, let's be patient also. As I said, there is hope. At least hindi nagawa. Sa dugay naman eh. And the process is long. As one member said of the ICI, yeah, kung dali-dalion mo ini, amuman, tanawa, napakulong former president, 2 or 3 legislators, even 4 of them. And then, yung pagkuha man. Why? Because as the legal people said, kung plunder good like it. So they have, and that's precisely, they have learned the lesson of the past. And so they're very, very maitim. But at the rate it's going now, by the standards that we had, I think there is really hope. And yun, gusto natin palitan, we have all the time for that. But let this work first. I mean, otherwise, pwede na lang kita. And in the end, kaluluoy ang katawan.
Bishop Amihan.
Damo naman gid sa mga initiatives no, sa ang atong pungsod no, to topple down this systemic na pagpamigo sa mga tao. But the greatest example was the 1986, the EDSA Revolution, that we claim victorious against a tyranny. But what happened after still ari naman tasubong. So meaning, no matter how the question was to sanitize or no matter how sanitations that we wanted to express no, sa siningang mga panawagan, we should go back to the very core, the accountability of those who have been plundering the wealth of the nations, and to return back the money what was intended to serve the people. Eh kung mabalik natin ni tanan, no matter what the way it is, no, kung anong pamaagi ang gusto natin magamitin, if people will truly benefited for this, a good governance will just come out. So, isa sa aton ginatulog subong, it's not on the forms of struggles na gusto natin sudlan, but it is the intentions. Managot, dapat managot, at ibalik ang pera sa kaban ng bayan.
Thank you. And from May.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to focus sa recent lang balang flooding here in Bacolod City. What's your statement? Anong mga nakita naton nga pwede naton ma-address, no? Nga call, of course, for the government, especially sa solution. We've seen the flooding here is getting worse again, and hindi lang ang mga common, walang mga flood-prone areas kaka-affect now, but then it's getting wider, and nagadamok agad sila in Bacolod City. Based sa reports ng CDRRMO, more than 20 barangays were affected. On the part of the church, of course, part man sa anti-corruption rally this Sunday, anong tuyag natin may ipalabot sa local government?
Salamat for that question. Of course, kaintindi kita nga iniya nagkatulog sa atong tanan ang local natong problema. In answer, number one, it is clear that there are government bureaucrats or officials who should be held accountable. We are aware nga may isa man kita ka grupo nga upod man sa tama na nga ginatawag C3. In fact, if I am not mistaken, ma-file na sila sa initial cases today. Kontra sa mga ilan na diskubrihan, mga responsable for the anomalous projects. That is one aspect na angay natin hindi pagkalimtan. While we call for accountability and transparency, there has to be concrete measures to make people really answer. Okay? And that requires the filing of cases. Now, of course, we cannot expect the church or ordinary citizens to file these cases. Hindi man yung mga abogado. So we are very thankful for the role that C3 and other lawyers are playing in pursuing justice against the perpetrators of anomalous projects. But let me stress one other point. Pwede mo malagas sa korte or sa ombudsman ang iningang mga opisyales, but we need to look for the solutions also. No? Let me stress at the same time ang papel ng civil society. I would like to give as an example, very concrete example, ang partisipasyon sa anti-baha, the Bacolod Anti-Baha Coalition. No? A group of citizens who are all victims of the flooding. Ang ilang ginahambal, it is not enough to shout or to scream for justice, etc. We have to make sure nga ang ginabuhat sa gobyerno subong sa pag-clear sa drainage systems, sa mga creeks and rivers, sa pag-correct sa aton nga ang mga flooded areas, ang civil society dapat mangin watchdog. Bantayan ang gobyerno kung ano ila ginabuhat para masolbar ang problema sa baha. Right now, we have seen maybe for the first time or one of the few times nga ang gobyerno mismo nagapangayo na sa civil society. Amon plano, pantayin nyo kami. Okay? This is happening today. It started yesterday. May mga drainage clearing activities nga ginahiwat ang DPWH together with the Bacolod City Engineer. Nagasiling sila, amon plano ha, bantayin nyo kami kag siguruhan ninyo nga insakto ang obra. In fact, ang contributions ng civil society ginadugang sa plan or program of work na lipat kamo nga angay ang ini dapat ninyo ihawanan man, no? The Anti-Baha Coalition has also stressed the need for kabalo ko do uli ano nakita sinin political will nga man, because many of our waterways, creeks, rivers, drainage systems are clogged with illegal structures. Daw kung kaisa ginapulopemsa na lang, but we know these illegal structures are part of the problem. The other problem is, ang tanan natin nga waterways dapat may easement to allow for regular cleaning of the passageways or the waterways, pero kabalumanta halos wala na easement ang tanan nga baha, kaangat tanan nga suba kag sapa. Okupado na either by houses or structures. So nagkipot, kada magbaskog ang ulan, ining mga constricted waterways nag-aawas, and that explains the massive flooding we have seen. So in other words, yes, upod sa aton panawagan, ang angay lagson dapat lagson. But angay naton lang taon ang solusyon subong. And this requires the full participation and cooperation of civil society. May video, I think nakita niyo man, may video in-share kahapon. May isa ka resident, hindi ko lang mamitlang ang barangay, nagaula sa basura sa sapa, no, ara siya sa babaw, may flood control wall, ara siya sa babaw, may mga panimalay, ginaula yung ilang basura sa idalong sa sapa. Kag makita mo nga dito, kadamo na basura ang nagtipon. Ginapabayan. We are sounding this call also to the local government, including barangay officials. You are responsible for solid waste management. So may nag-meet lang sa city, disaster risk. The major cause of our flooding over the last few days was garbage. Kay sino sala ang basura? Number one, wala ginahawanan, or wala ginatiluan, or wala ginatipon, But number 2, nalipat kita, kita man ang nagahaboy. So may panawagan man kita dapat nga palihog, hindi naton pag-ihaboy ang basura sa mga kanal o sa mga sapa, kagsuba. Let us not treat our waterways as garbage dumps. Okay? So yes, local governments must be held accountable for the flooding, but the problem is bigger. We're also calling on our congressman and his son, the congressman of the 3rd District, and all our other congressmen to please facilitate the conduct of a comprehensive program for the entire island of Negros. Because we know part of the problem is nature. Nagabalos na ang nature sa aton. And we have to explore nature-based solutions, hindi lang structures, na ginakawatan man lang. We have to have a comprehensive flood control program that involves nature-based solutions.
Yeah, it's really a holistic approach that we need to take to address this. We can, a lot of things, since they have the power and the resources, are aton matudlo sa gobyerno, no? And there we ask them to be held accountable, and we check that. But as Governor said, kita tanan. As I was saying, in the end, the corruption and all this sickness, this illness is endemic. It's not only from top, either on top, kita man, as very well illustrated in garbage. Yesterday I was in Iloilo, and I thought that they suffered from Verbena, the last flood. No? Well, there was a flash flood. But then I saw that their infrastructure for all these control of flood and all that has been very, very holistic. And I heard that was designed by JICA, and they followed it. And now it pays off. Very expensive, but it pays off. I also heard that in Cebu, also they have a JICA design project for the management of floods and all that, and urban development all that. Why nila ginsulod? That's what I heard from the architects, group of architects. Labi na ang sa horizontal kag underground, kaya na nakitaon ang ginsulod ang mga vertical, kaya dira man. So, neglect nila yung mga natural waterways tambakan kadin mga parking space, tapos himuan pa sang subdivision. And I saw that myself. I'm from Cebu. No? The waterways there. So, siyempre, when a great amount of, and then the denudation and mining up there, kung nagnaog na, why na alagyan ang tubig? And that's why you saw that even the flood was so much that cars were floating and were on top of the island. And for instance, the Manangat River, it's a very wide river that the water during the year is limited. There is a dam there. So what did they do? They made a canal, and then on the riverbed, it's full of, before, mga gardens, and then lately mga balay. So understandably, they were all washed out. No? So ganun ba? It's a macro. At the same time, the micro. So we have to contribute as very well. And that's what I said. It's it takes a change of culture, change of attitude. Ang only binambang ni followers a long time ago. Ours is a damaged culture. We only think of ourselves. We cannot think of the common good. And one of the examples he gave was kung mag-tindog kita sa ating ugsaran, lingi kita, tapos inaboy sa tiyak. Yeah, we only think of our own good, and the common good suffers, and
Yeah, you have some thought.
Thank you. Siguro susugan lang ako ang ginambal ng Cogleto, the comprehensive plan, program for this. Okay, I think that would be the solution. I have read isa sa open letter. No? I do not know if you have read this also in Facebook. Certain San Nicolas engineer from Cebu. The proper implementation is really needed. May mga programs, may mga implementations of flood controls, pero if it was not really truly engineered, no, based on siguro katulad ng bal ni Bishop Leto daw, ni Kong Leto, ni Gov Leto, no, kung may bala integration of the environment-based plus engineering, no, sa pag-address sa aton mga calamity subong, siguro amo na ang aton susugan sa aton leaders subong, no? Kay siguro this development na ginatawag nato is not really a problem kung it was fully and effectively implemented, no? May mga first world gani nga mga pungso, di ba? Damo man sila encounters of floods, pero they can manage well because maybe they are implementing well sa ilang engineering, no? Sa aton nga ang implementation pakatulang gid sa bulsa, no? So sa Bacolod siguro nga balanon, no, I think Governor Gobleto said kay siya mismo the biktima. No? Ako sa bago man lang ko naka-tinit, pero daw wala pa man gid kaayo, pero I think I am in sympathy with the people here sa Bacolod na jutay lang nga ulan daw gabaha na, no? This recent grabe na gid ang baha sa Bacolod. So siguro isa sa ginatulok naton ang mga areas ng Balde Bishop, no, nga supposedly dili dapat puy-an subong may mga damo ng mga tao, no? Maybe because of this concept of voters bank, no, nga ginakuan sa mga politiko nga dira mo tiner kay para kamo akong mga botante, di ba? That place should not be inhabited, no? Pero daw nagkatabo naman ni subong. So the problem must be solved dili lang sa pag-ilis ng mga leaders but also with the transformation mismo sa aton nga mga pamuluyo to be responsible enough. Ara naman kita dira gatiner, di na kita aton panghaboy atong basura kung diin.
Thank you, Bishop. My addition from Digicast.
Good morning, Kate Wolf. Ako nit about the details sa March. How many ang gina-expected to join, or will there be may coding sa core like last time white and support?
Thank you. Matipod ang duwa ka grupo on November 30 Sunday. Sugod alas 12:30 sa Pugto. Ang isa ka grupo diri sa Lagun or sa atubangan sa DBP or South Capitol Road na. Ang isa ka grupo dito naman niya sa Dupit Church, no, nga area. Matungan lakad at about 1:30 pakadto diri sa plaza sa atubangan sa Bacolod City Replica. The same location or venue sang nagligad na September 21. Masugod ang program alas 2 sa hapon, kag we're hoping matapos ni siya alas 4. Of course, ang ginapangabay ni isang tanan nga nagpartisipat dito, punta ni hindi lang kita pag-ulanan. Kaysa September 21, no? May labay kita ginbaha dito, no? So, we expect about 7,000 participants. Pero pareho sa natabo sa last September 21, kadamo sa nagtambong, maway gani nakapahibalo. Kay gali, nagamonitor lang sa Facebook o sa mga panawagan, masiling sila nga, kami nga mga may edad, hindi na kami magmarcha, luoy ka mo. Dili na lang nag-standby sa plaza ng daan. No? So, we have no way of really predicting how many, but we have counted during our last meeting, more or less 7,000 participants. Kag of course, I don't know kung sino ma-anunsyo sini, ang Diocese of Kamangkalan is also planning to hold their own rally. So, dito may ara, sa norte, I'm not sure kung may plano man, but we are hoping to show that this is a nationwide people's call. No? So, November 30, Bonifacio Day, masugod tipon sa Lagun, kag sa Lupit, 12:30, ma-pull out, kag mamarcha 1:30, ma-converts, 2 o'clock, masugod ang program, 2 to 4 p.m.
Pwede siya na. Panawagan ko na mag-wirway.
Yes, kadamo actually, no, makita naton nga kadamo sa makadto nga may mga nagkalain-lain nga mga ginausap, no? Most of them I would expect puti, no? I will wear a white t-shirt that calls for the prisohon ng mga may sala. There are others nga may araman sa ilalain ng mga kwan. No? Others will use the tama na, sabra na. No? But the main thing will be white in also consistent with the panawagan ng dito sa national.
Bishop, may mga additional.
Because one thing na siguro kayo mention ni Governor, may group chat kami sa CBCP na office ko. So, these days nag-head count kung ilan ang dioceses na are going to hold this trillion peso march. I think the latest yesterday I saw more than 50 na. So, we have only 85 dioceses around dioceses. So, the majority now, and it's counting. So practically, it's all the dioceses, more or less. That we can be sure.
Thank you. Okay, the Bishop. So actually, ang inambal ni Gob dito, 7,000 daw sa pollution pa lang yung wala pa siya included ang Statong Bishop sa Diocese sa Bacolod. Wala pa kita yung head count. Same na. Card.
So mga pila, sir? Mga pila.
Father Julius, kapag makagit sila kung pila ko ng aton sa Diocese plus sa additional sa 7,000 per year sa pollution.
Mga expected. Initial lang.
So, I guess tama na coalition, 7,000, no? Consecutive nga pagbanta siguro ang iyasang diocese, 5,000. So, we expect this 12,000 na mag-participate sa sining protestan sa coming Sunday. 12,000.
Is it safe to say more than 10,000?
It is
or
safe
12
to say that it's 12,000.
12 years. Okay. Thank you.
Just want to get your feedback, no? Because I talked to several persons well placed in different barangays. No? Nga ang hambal nila, damo sing gusto sa ila mag-upod sa sining mga activities like last September 21 and again this November 30. Ang common predicament nila, actually common din, hindi lang pila katao na hambal nila. No? Ang common predicament nila is, kung maupod kami da, kung kami liya maupod. Pero kung maupod kami da, why na kami kaon sa barangay ng mga ayuda. May katulong nga daan sa mo, may nagamonitor sa mo, ng mga tao ni kapitan, ng mga tao ni motong ko. Can you have a feedback on this? And how do you solve problem like this?
That's a very sad thing, and thank you for the feedback because we'll bring it. We'll bring it up. I mean, precisely we are our cause is the people. Even this ayuda system, that's part of the corruption. The ayuda, as if it's doled out from the politician, his neighbor. That's not his money, not a single centavo. That's the people's money, taken from the, and we have to, so one item in the change that I was talking about, the change of heart, is really education. Our people are working on a paradigm that is hindi amo. That's why sila pa ang daw may utang ng loob sa mga politicians and all that. And this is what we want, as I said, it's not just this present situation of corruption, it's all over. So thank you for bringing that up. We will bring that up also with our leaders.
Okay. So, yes. Go. May additional ka?
Hindi na, base damo naman kontra mo.
Okay, sige. Sir Weaver, Christian?
May understand. To the panelists na lang, what will be your message to the people to invite them? Like sa ginambalgan ni Sir Carlo, that there are several leaders who are stopping them from expressing their freedom of speech and will. Any lang.
Again, ang imo.
What is your message? What is your message to invite to start panawagan natin bala sa mga tao ang kinapigos na mabukod sa sining nga kausa?
Let me quote again ang ginambal natin diri sa aton unity statement. We firmly ground ourselves in the assertion that needed reforms must begin with our collective voices, which when amplified will flood our corrupt system with a loud call for genuine systemic change. Kung magpapahog kita o magpa-intimidate, hindi tayo matuhan. We have to join together and raise our collective voices. Actually, sa tutuod lang, nagkapasalamat ko nga ang tingog sa civil society, diri sa Bacolod, kag Negros, mabakod na. May ara kita kapasidad, kag abilidad, mag-alsa sa atong tingog. We have to show the example. Kainsyente man tang iban nga daw medyo daw ginapunggan. Obserbahin nyo lang anay. Eventually makita nyo nga among klase nga behavior among government officials that precisely must change.
Thank you.
If I may add, kung we are very safe in saying that there will be 12,000 individuals on the street on November 30, I think majority of it comes from those people na ginahabalaton na baho. Maybe there are really others na dili pagid man mag-express ng ilahang opinion kag ilahang interest, but I know, kay di man lang niya subong, it is a continuous struggle man. Maybe time comes, maupod naman natin sila. Pero as I've said, safe man tang maghambal nga many of those 12,000 are belong to that group na ginahambal natin ni Ginapaho that will be on the street.
Thank you. Mayroon pa. Mitchie pa.
We used to go over November 30 as Bonifacio Day. We used to hear Tapang-Atao, Bonifacio, and the progressive group are the ones doing that every year. And this time, malay ng tingog sa tanan, kay Singgita, no? Where are you going? You progressive people. Anong you will join? Yung mga Tapang-Atao?
Dabagogan sa mga kabayan is join sa tama na coalition.
Okay na.
Sige. Kurang kung siguro tama na. Ako, ari na. Pa-explain ko ang mga pagdanan konsensus ko ng tama.
You know, sang nagligad namon nga meeting, itong adlaw nga ginbahag kita, Patrick sa 25, no? Nagapakadto ko sa St. Joseph Church ni Father Arman. Pila ka lugar ginagyan ko nga nagabaha. No? Abi ko ganin, hindi na ko makalusot. No? Pero pag abot ko, frankly daw medyo nakibot ko nga kadamo sa nag-attend. In spite of the heavy rains, 45 minutos gaari ko sa dalan, hindi ko makita halos ang dalan. No? So siling ko daw wala na ni chance, siguro pilala na ito maputwa. At tututanan. Kaginmit lang kung siling ko, you know, this is one of those times nga nakita ni nga tanan nga sektor, whether progressive or conservative, nakakita sang kausa nga maundan. So, kanami siningi makita natin nga, pwede man galing kita mag-inugdanay sa isa ka kausa nga apektado kita tanan, no? So, we're very happy that ang aton mga kaupod sa ang Makabayan Bloc, ang mga sektor, mga people's organizations who traditionally have held separate activities in commemoration of Bonifacio Day, ari sa mong upod, isa lang. No? And let me mention, si Andres Bonifacio was the father of the revolution. I think dapat paminsaron taman din, maybe ining pag-inugdanay sang tanan nga sektor is the beginning of another kind of revolution.
Okay, sige. So, okay na. Wala na question. So, sa liwat, padamuy nga salamat sa ating mga media friends na nag-attend diri subong sa aton at same time sa aton mga panel of speakers. May dugang pa.
Siguro dugang lang tawag sini elaboration. Ang panawagan, while nini mamit lang, but number one, klaro na no? Ang accountability. Pero ang accountability must translate into actual prosecution and conviction. Okay? Number two, ang restitution. Sino naghambal nga pare naton Bishop? Niya ang accountability and justice should not last or should not be limited only to conviction. Dapat upod ang restitution. Iuli ang ginkawat. Number three, angay aton i-prevent or adapt ang prevention measures. So, diri na to pa ang accountability. Okay? So, accountability, restitution, then third, ang transparency, kag participation sa civil society in constructive engagement with government. Tanan ini, we're hoping will lead to governance reforms. Ang ginapanawagan natin, governance reform, social transformation, it cannot start kung hindi kita magtingog tanan. And therefore, we're also calling for a responsible and vigilant citizenry para magpupod kita tanan. Thank you.
So, sa liwat, madaming nga salamat sa atong mga panel speakers, sa aton mga media friends. Hari kining sektor sa palibot, kasi gusto nyo mag-imbita, mag-interview, hari pa ni si C3, yung araman ng mga iba na itong sektor, kasi gusto nyo mag-interview. So, sa liwat, sa aton tanan, madaming salamat and good luck sa November 30.